Okay, space. Space is the collection of all points, right? It's three-dimensional. So that's when we get out of the paper, right, and into three-dimensional space. That's space. Okay, the phrase or the word collinear are points or objects that are on the same line. So, right, like we would say points A and B. Maybe we could even have point C. Points A, C, and B are all collinear. They're on the same line. Okay, non-collinear are points or objects that are not on the same line. So when we talk about planes, planes are made up of three non-collinear points. Maybe we can even draw a plane. Right, so, oops. Sure, why not? So 3 points here, A, B, C. Those are non-collinear points, and they make up a plane. Okay, objects that are coplanar are points that are objects that are on the same plane. So for example, right there, those points are all on the same plane. Okay, also things that are collinear are also coplanar. That's something worth thinking about. Any 2 points that are collinear, well, any 2 points that are collinear definitely have a plane that goes through them. But that doesn't necessarily mean that 2 points are always in the same plane. And let's talk about this with non-coplanar, right? These are points or objects that are not on the same plane. So let's throw a little wrench in this, right? What if I put a point down here below the plane, point D below the plane? Okay, and I could even draw a line connecting D and C. We might have to just scrunch that out a little bit, right? So yeah, that's, it's a line. A line connecting D and C, and it goes through that plane, right? It doesn't exist in the plane. Let's maybe try. I'm gonna try to draw that. I think we can do better than that. Nice, okay, that feels good. So C and D are collinear, but they're not coplanar, right? That line goes through the plane. Maybe it would even help if we did something like this, right? We could kind of show that, right? You can't really see the line because it goes under the plane, but then it goes through the plane. The line is kind of obscured by the plane. So D and C would be collinear, but not coplanar. And again, we could make a plane that both C and D are in, but as far as this plane and this line goes, C and D are not on the same plane. And D isn't on the same plane as all of A, B, and C, right? D is not on that plane. Okay, let's do the last one. Intersection, the shared set of objects, the overlap of points. We'll talk more about this later, but intersection has a symbol like this. That's our symbol for intersection. So we might say that, let's go up a little bit. We might say that the intersection of line CD and that intersected with plane ABC, that would be the point C, because they share that point, right? That's the only thing that those two have in common. The line and the plane have that point in common. Okay, so that's some basic definitions for you. That'll get us started off for this learning of what geometry is.